Yeah, we're on now. So why don't you start just by saying what your name is?
My name's Jerry.
Okay.
P. Pope, P-O-P-E.
Okay. And you should tell probably how old you are.
I'm 68-year-old.
And you were in the Army, right?
Right.
What
I
time?
went in at 60.
Okay, well that actually answers the next question. So how long did you serve?
Served 3 years.
And you were in Okinawa, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Um, what were some of the stuff that you did while you were there? Like, what did you do?
Well, I started out as a motor pool mechanic. And I went from there to, I made A5, and I went to dispatching vehicles out. And then, that's as far as I went.
Mm.
I went to A5, started dispatching vehicles.
Mhm. Okay. Um, obviously there was a lot of controversy about whether or not people thought we should be fighting in Vietnam. So, what did you think? Were you supporting the war or were you against it?
I support it
Okay. Why was that?
because we were a proud nation. We had fought 2 wars before and won them. And I felt like that we could have won that war, but they were a lot of people that were against it, that were wanting it ended, and they were pushing Johnson into stopping it.
Mhm. What were some of the stuff that you carried with you when you went to the war, like from home?
I didn't carry much with me. I carried a change of civilian clothes. I carried a duffel bag full of my army clothes. I carried my rifle, and that was it.
Now, Nana stayed with you, didn't she, whenever you were in Okinawa?
She didn't come till later, uh, about 3 months later, I believe it was.
What was it like those first 3 months that she wasn't there?
Well, I drove a truck. I carried me and one more boy was the only one that had a license over there to drive. We carried troops over for an orientation. They watched a movie on World War II, I believe it was, where they were supposed to be 1 GI kill for every square foot of that island. And they showed where the when the Japanese lost the war, they committed harikiri, and we went to that island, or not the island, but the end of the island where they committed suicide.
Mhm. Well, was there anything that you took with you, like pictures or anything that meant more than all the other stuff you had to carry?
Yeah,
Like what?
I believe it's pictures of Betty, my wife.
Okay. Um, what about like emotionally? Did you carry like some heavy emotions or anything?
Oh yes.
Like what?
Well, I wasn't sure when we shipped out. We were supposed to go to Vietnam, and when we boarded ship, our orders had changed, and we went to Okinawa, and there's supposed to be another company join us that was going to Vietnam. wife came over, and we were to haul missiles and troops to the ships for them to go to wherever the Pueblo was at. I forget where it was at now. And we hauled those missiles down and everything. And we thought we was going to have to go, but we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, I guess you could say it was hard. The first week that I went in service, I went in boot camp. It was hard because I'd never been away from home that much. And then it took us 14 days to get over, and I got kind of sick of traveling in the ocean and everything. And we was all homesick, pretty much homesick, but there wasn't but a few that re-enlisted to get to come back home.
Mm-hmm.
I was determined to stay and do my time.
Well, did it, like the war, did it change your view on life or anything?
Not particularly, because I'm American, and
So were you ever sympathetic to the Vietnamese then, at all?
not the North Vietnamese I wasn't, because they were the ones that the South was fighting. I did, after I come back home, there were some Laotian and Vietnamese that come to the States,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked with some, and I didn't hold it against them, the war or nothing.
Mm-hmm. So are you proud of your service then?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess then if you could do it over, would you do it again?
Yes.
Even if you knew what the outcome would be?
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
Alright.
I believe we could have won that war if Johnson would have held his ground and that kept bombing North Vietnamese. I believe we could have won the war.
Alright, well, thank you for answering some questions for me.